What's happening, folks? It's Unhost here. Welcome to Testing Facility Episode 2. I haven't done one of these in a while, and I felt this was pretty necessary. And this one's going to be about item frames, these things right here. I think they're a pretty impressive addition to the game. I really like them, and I just want to kind of show you guys what I figured out about them and what has already been figured out by people besides myself as well. So I'm sure you guys know how to craft it. You got to get some sticks and get yourself a little bit of leather. But I'm not going to show you guys the stuff that's so common. But yeah, this is basically how you craft an item frame right here. And any item in the game, even the stuff that cannot be gotten legitimately, can be put in the item frame. And yeah, definitely. So a lot of people play in creative servers, and there's some blocks that you can give yourself, like I said, that are not necessarily in the legitimate game. And there's some things that haven't been released to the creative mode inventory, such as these blocks up here. The work in progress block and command block. So they're supposed to be in the game, and they're being worked on. I think the command block's about done, but anyways, this episode's about item frames, so let's get on with it. There's a lot of very interesting things about these item frames. One of the first ones I guess I can show you guys is the fact that it works much different from a painting. I can show you guys exactly what I mean real quick. Just a really quick experiment. Now, of course, this can take up an entire block fourfold. As you can see, we can have item frames all like this. It's completely different from a painting. You could not do that with a painting, even though it's an entity. It has completely different properties, as you can see, and you can obviously put, different items all in here. So, I think that's pretty cool. A lot of the blocks, actually, I think all the blocks are 3D. All the blocks in the game, as in these right here, even the slabs and stuff like that. You've even got your leaves, your cactus, all that's going to be 3D. And I think that's pretty cool. Another very interesting thing about these item frames is the fact that water actually doesn't affect them whatsoever. As you guys can see, get out some water real quick. We'll make sure we get some water on these real quick. There we go. Alright, there we go. Pour the water on top. It doesn't affect them whatsoever. So that's a pretty original feature, and put some right here. This is going to cover them up. They don't get rid of the water source blocks either. So they're just a completely separate entity. And another thing I want to show you guys is the fact that, let's get rid of these real quick. They've got a little timer on them as well. If you put this over here, eventually the item frame will pop off, but it's after a certain amount of time. So they're very original blocks. They're not like anything else. So let's put these up here. I kind of want to show you guys something. If it has an item in it, or if it doesn't, if you're about 22 blocks away, they're going to disappear. Like that. So they're kind of opposite as paintings. Paintings are considered to be in the same, I guess, species of entities as the player. Because, if you're far away, you can see a painting before you can see blocks render. So that's another really interesting thing about these, is that they disappear after about 22 blocks. So some other interesting things I want to show you guys is, if you do play on the creative server, you can give yourself a certain kind of blocks, such as these. And if you want to, the description will have a link for the data values, so you guys can check these out. But this isn't for survival by any means, but all the animated stuff like this will show up. It's really cool. So as you guys can see, you got the running water. You got this right here. Bam, and bam. So you can make yourself a little fireplace, whatever you want. And a really cool feature about these is stuff like, let's see, make sure I can get all of them. All the things that can actually be put behind a painting. You can do a wood button, redstone torch, but we'll just use the regular button and a regular torch. You guys can get the same effect. So you can have these little holders for your torches, some really fancy holders like that. The buttons cannot be pressed. So as you guys can see, the only way to get rid of that is to break the block. Yeah. just like that. So as you guys can see, we can do all kinds of things. The one I really like is the levers. Now the reason I like this is because there's a really defined space that you can actually use for the blocks. I'll show you what I mean. If you've got a contraption that uses, say, multiple different levers, I'll show you guys something that I found out was pretty cool. So say you've got some Rasta colors here, and your contraption, well, let's say 4. Let's do 4. So you've got four different levers that you want to attach to some redstone that's back here. So the first thing you're going to do is lay down your item frames, and to differentiate the different levers, we can do like this. Actually, one of my favorite things to do is get the TNT block. I think that looks really good. So we'll do that. Oops. Item frame, TNT block, and this is how you do it. Don't put it on the item frame itself, or you're just going to twist it around like that. Put it on the side, and yeah, as you guys can see, you've got little labels for your levers now. So that's really cool. It doesn't affect anything at all. You can get rid of them if you want, replace them, anything like that. So that's a really cool feature. I really like that. That looks kind of cool. Dinnerbone, if you're watching, a little TNT charge right there would be kind of cool. A little one block blowing up. Maybe 2 or 3. But anyways. Now obviously you can, I'm not sure if it's much of a disguise, but you could put these here. And kind of, actually we'll use our cheaty string that we've got over here. Right here, little tripwire. So yeah, all these blocks right here you can get from basically typing /give your name. Let's see, let's just do 37, oops, 137, 1, and there we go. That's the command block. So you guys can mess around with that and see what you come up with. I'm not sure if this is very cheaty or not. This type of string right here. Let's see. Let's do that. Bam. And let's see if this works. Works like a charm. So as you guys can see, works pretty good. Let me just let you guys know if it works. Here we go. Let's do that. Put that on top of there. Okay, so as you guys can see, that does not affect anything at all. It would be pretty cool if that were to send off little charges that did a little bit of damage. But anyways, there's a lot of things that you can put in here. Now, if you enchant an item and put it in a picture frame, we can do that real quick. There we go. We've got an enchanted sword. You can put it in there, and it's not going to show up enchanted at all. Now, obviously, if we were in survival mode, that would have gone away, and you would just have a little sword right here. You can have them for like some kind of storage or whatever. And let's see. Obviously, we're going to get 2 of these. Pop it right off, like so. And there you go. So you've got your sword right there. I guess it would be some kind of way to dupe your items in creative mode. I mean, that's actually just now thought of that. That wasn't intended for the film at all. But some other things I want to show you guys about these item frames, since we're doing some testing on them. I'm sure you all know that we have adventure mode already in the snapshots, so that would be, I think it's game mode 2, which is adventure mode. So you're not going to be able to break blocks, but item frames like these can actually be taken off the walls. So if there's some items that you want to give, say, your players, and you have an adventure mode map, you can go ahead and put them in item frames like this. Now, I'm not sure if in adventure mode you can open chests. I'm pretty sure you can, actually, yeah. But yeah, that's just some kind of easy display, like so. But see, yeah, in adventure mode, you're not exactly able to pick items back up, anything like that. You're just able to kind of have the animation of hitting it. But yeah, if you're a map maker, that could be pretty helpful to you. Now, something else I found really amazing about these is if you are in creative mode, or of course, I think survival mode as well, if you pick your middle mouse button, here, let's take some of these torches off. Your middle mouse button on the pictures, it's going to give you the item. So you can check that out. So if say you're building a big project and you've got, you know, more than more items. You're going to need more items than can fit in your hotbar. You can go ahead and make a little array like this. Say these are all the blocks I'm going to need to make the map that I'm doing. Just go ahead and middle mouse wheel and replace the buttons like that. So now I'll kind of show you guys some designs that look really good with the torches. So as you guys can see, any of the blocks, I think these are some of the best looking blocks. That looks really good. That can go with the levers. But I'm going to show you guys some stuff that looks good with the torches. So let's check and see how that one looks. That's not too bad. But yeah, you guys can mess around with that. I'm sure if you've got like a tree farm, you can do that. You know, so on and so forth. I think these look really good with the torches right there. That's pretty minimal. But yeah, you guys can see right here. I mean, there's definitely a lot of things that you can do with the item frames, and you can have little Jimmy Bob over here smoking on a cigar, fishing on a boat, and I think we actually made we made some big aquarium that we can put fish in and stuff. Yeah, you guys know how I'm balling. It looks pretty cool. But anyways, let's see. Let's go through the items real quick. I think the stone slabs looks absolutely amazing with the torches. But it's just kind of like a little holder, like it would look in castles. Whoa, definitely messed up there. Make sure you're going inside the item frame. But yeah, you can see that right there. Looks really good. What is burning? Something in here? Oh yeah. Let's see. I think the trapdoors look really good as well. Let's see where the trapdoors. It's gonna be redstone. There we go. Yeah, these look really fine too as a stone version of the half slab. So yeah, that looks really good as well. And so on and so forth. So if you're playing survival, obviously there's certain things that you can't get. Another incredible feature with these is the fact that you can put one back to back. So let's just say you've got a little chest room like so, and you want to have some kind of really unique way to differentiate what's in this chest and what's, I guess, in this chest. We do double chests like this, right in the middle right here. I mean, you guys can get imaginative with this. Codecrafted actually let me know this. One is from Codecrafted. You can, let's see, the best way to do this would probably be put a block here like that and hit the corner right there and quickly put a sign block right here. You've got to do it quick. As you can see, I messed up right there, so I have to do it one more time. Let's see, put a block here. You've got to do it quick enough to where it doesn't expire right there, and sign. Perfect. So as you guys can see, that is going to poke through the back right here because it's actually a full block. But if you've got your grass blocks here and you've got your cobble blocks here, you guys can see you can kind of get a mix there. Now it's going to glitch like this. I think, I'm not sure if this is only for servers or not, but it's actually kind of a cool look. If you're coming from right here, yeah, you've got the dirt blocks over there, but then you've got the cobble blocks over here. So that's a really cool thing that that you can do, and thanks to Codecrafted for showing us that. Now, of course, all these are in a snapshot, and some of these things might be changed or removed, so just keep that in mind, maybe if you're watching this in the future. But I'll show you guys another thing real quick. This might not be intended, but you can put item frames behind item frames behind item frames. I'm not sure if there's any way to actually have more than one block like so. Let's see if we can do anything. Now, yeah, you're just going to be flipping that around. So, as you can see, we've got almost a half a stack of items right here. So you can just keep taking them off, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. So that can be infinite. You can put infinite amounts of item frames behind item frames, even stacks on stacks. So I don't know, maybe just a 1x1 block to store all of your item frames. I don't know, you guys can come up with some creative stuff. So, and yet another really awesome part about the picture frames is, I saw this on Reddit. It was pretty interesting. Now, first and foremost, you can't really put stacks of anything in the picture frames, but this could be pretty useful for some reasons. You kind of just have a full armor set. It actually looks pretty cool too. Come over here, and it actually, you know, gives you everything you need. Puts all the item frames in a stack, and you can just quickly equip all this stuff onto your character and all that. And yeah, I thought that was a pretty an inventive, if you will, a pretty inventive thing that I saw. Now, it could be useless, who knows, but yeah, that definitely looks pretty cool. I'm sure a lot of you know this, but obviously if you shoot a projectile, any kind of projectile, let's see, at a painting or any kind of entity, it'll fall off the wall, like so. Goes for snowballs, anything like that. So you can have some kind of target where you've got a pressure plate beneath, stuff like that, you know, some kind of key, or something else like that. So another thing is that they can be hung off of half slabs, like so, just freely hanging off. So same goes for fences. There's actually a lot of blocks that you can put the item frame on that you can't do with the painting. So you guys can obviously get creative with this as well. And just in case you're not aware already, I'll show you guys, you know, the compasses are obviously going to point towards your spawn. The clocks are actually going to tell day and night, although obviously they don't act as a day-night sensor. There's no kind of redstone hooked up to this, although a lot of people on Reddit seem to want it. Maps are used differently now. You can just right-click and you can show a full area. I'm not exactly sure the blocks, however many blocks are up and down. I think it's like 128, something like that. Maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong. But if you want to actually zoom it out, this is what you can do right here. And you've got a